tough January. You come into February here now. How are you feeling about the team for these final 6
Yeah.
games over the next 3 weeks?
I think Ohio State, our team still played well. Like we had a tough first period on Friday night, but then we had a spectacular second, third, and I would say for the entire weekend, probably 5 out of the 6 periods we played really well. They're a second place team in the country, very good team, and even if you look at the NSTAT report, it had the prediction of us taking that first game 4-3, and the second game was even, at 3 apiece. So I'm still happy with in terms of like how our team. We've showcased how we can play. Now for us, it has to be like a consistency piece as we go forward. We have to be better at being ready in terms of like how we want to play and the details within that from the very start of the period and all the way through.
5-on-5, how'd you like your team?
Good. Yeah.
Because it seemed like penalties and special teams is what.
Yeah, that's definitely what hurt us in the first period. And that emotional control that has to be better as we move forward. And we've talked a lot about that. So I think that's at the forefront of our players, and they know how important it is.
Bemidji State, what's the team got to do against the Beavers coming up here?
Yeah, they're a good team. They always play us hard. Every WCHA team always, it's always a back and forth battle, and we expect just that. But I do like our practices so far this week, and I think we always get excited to play against them. So it's going to be a great weekend.
Do you have the alarm set for 5 a.m. for the Swedes versus Nino?
Yeah. No, I don't. But thank you for the reminder. Yeah. It's going to be really exciting. Yeah.
The Olympics. How much of that do you plan to take in?
Yeah. I'm so focused on our team and what we need to do to be successful. I'll obviously, make sure I'm up to date on scores and so forth, and make sure we send our alums and current players text messages wishing them the best of luck, and it's such an exciting time for them. And I know our players for sure are going to be excited to watch it or watch some of the highlights and so forth. But for the most part, again, we're that team that we need to focus on where your feet are at. And for us this weekend, it's getting ready and making sure we're taking care of business for Bemidji.
We talked to you about players taking part in the Olympics, but Kelly's at 4 former Bulldogs on staff. Mm-hmm. Is that the number we got now? What's it like seeing former players, a lot of these players that you coached, seeing them coaching the Olympics, something you've got to do too?
Yeah. Obviously, just amazing. So excited for them and for all of our former players who are still currently playing. I think we have a really good showing of UMD alumni at this year's Olympic Games. So that's really exciting for us. And we always talk about how important it is not just our development on the ice, but our development off the ice in terms of who we are as people. And I think when you get an opportunity to represent your country in a coaching role, that speaks highly of the character and the person that you are.
Do you have a prediction for the women's hockey tournament?
No, I don't. I think, it's like you want to cheer for all of your players that you've had the opportunity and privilege to be able to coach. And so we'll be doing that. We'll be cheering them all on and every game that they play and just hoping for exciting hockey all around.
Can't give us a gold, silver?
No. Nope.
Going back to the Bemidji State series,
Yeah.
Time around, you've seen them last time, I think the score was 4-0, 4-1. So
Yeah.
paper good, offense and defense there. What do you kind of remember from that series?
Yeah, it's still like, again, anytime we play Bemidji, it's a back and forth hockey game, and they're a team that they just went 1-1 against Mankato, and That always seems to be what it is in the WCHA. Anybody can take any game. And so we have to be ready to play the best game that we can play this weekend. That's going to be really important for us. This weekend matters, and as we go forward, like for us, it has to be consistency in terms of, just like I said, the details and the standards of how we want to play has to continue to be there from the drop of the puck all the way through for a full 60 minutes. And that's our goal this weekend. We want to make sure we take care of business, and we're looking forward to it.
Any advice for Lindsey Vaughn being torn ACL?
No. Yeah. Yeah. Probably skiing, you'd think, Yeah.
I was arguing with
Yeah.
yesterday that, our head coach did it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it's pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
You're not going like 80 miles an hour. But
My knee still went out twice, but it hurts.
Still hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Make an Olympic prediction for me for gold, silver, and bronze. Can I get the captain to make a prediction? Gold, silver, and bronze for women's hockey.
I do think Sweden's going to medal.
Sweden's going to medal.
Yes.
That's a bold prediction.
I think that would be marvelous. I would have loved to be cheering on my Canadian friends there, but very happy to have them with us still. And I'm a very prideful U.S. citizen, so I'll say that they'll take gold.
US gold, and Sweden's going to medal.
Sweden's going to medal, yes. Go Tindra, Tia, Ida, all of our friends.
Okay. MK, January was a tough month for you guys, a tough stretch. How do you rebound now? What does this team need to do? You guys are home for the next 2 weeks. You haven't been home much.
Yeah.
this year. How can you kind of turn things around in February to get moving for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's no brainer. We kind of got ourselves into a little bit of a pickle here, but it's all about how we're going to respond now, and I think our group's hungry. We're ready to prove ourselves still. We've kind of been saying that here, but now, I mean, Shoes kind of talked to us a bit about, like, breaking down the dam, and it's ready to burst at this point, and so I think we're all ready for that too. And so, like, that starts with our preparation and showing up every day. Our team's not giving up. We're not quitting on the season, so, like, that's obviously very positive. But yeah, so we're ready to start getting rewarded for the hard work that we're putting in. Obviously, there are some parts of that weren't putting our best foot forward, but I think we're ready now to really show what we're capable of.
5-on-5, what'd you like about what you guys were able to do against the Buckeyes?
Well, I think when we were playing 5-on-5, we were controlling the game. And so, like, when we're able to do that, we were able to use our bodies, which is something that we had a leg up on in terms of roster size on that weekend. And so we were able to use everybody and use our depth to bring energy and stay up and be in their face. I think when we're able to do that, I think the shots were even. That's something that's like been a huge improvement, at least from the last time that we've played them, or previous times that we've played them. So I think that's just an indicator that we were generating offense, getting inside, attacking. But when we take penalties, it's a huge momentum killer, and so that's got to be a learning experience, something that thought that could have been behind us, but kind of popped up again. And I think it's kind of shown when the game is controlled by special teams, it doesn't usually go in our favor. So playing 5-on-5 should be our main goal.
Second time around against Bemidji, what stands out to you about their squad this year?
Well, I think they're a great hockey team. They always give us their best. Every team always gives us their best, so that's something that we need to be prepared for. And like Shu said, they just had a good weekend against Mankato, and so like we need to come out really focused and really prepared for a competitive hockey game. Every time we play them, it's competitive. So we just have to focus on us and what we do and treat it like any other game, but with more fire under our butts, and take last weekend and use it as motivation for this weekend.
Okay, you've been here 5 years, super long. The WCHA has always been good. We know that. But it's really gone from 4 or 5 good teams to 6 teams in the top, 12 that are looking at. Do you notice that? Like, you've always been super competitive. You just went through a month where you played 4 teams in the top 12. Like, do you notice the change, from being a freshman, sophomore to now in the league?
Yeah, big time. It's like I get flabbergasted even like thinking back to my freshman, sophomore year, like because there's kind of been a little bit of an up and down in terms of like who's right on our tails for like the 5 spot. Like recently it's been St. Cloud, but then it's when I was first coming in, it was Mankato. Like I believe it was my freshman year, they took us to 3 games in the first round of the WCHA. And St. Thomas, really competitive. Like every team, and teams are beating everybody. Like St. Thomas is going to overtime against Wisconsin. Just like we're seeing that more and more, whereas my freshman year, it was like less of that. And so like it's really cool to see. I think it just makes our case even stronger why the WCHA is the best league in the country. And I think we can say that like very, very confidently now if we couldn't have before. If you just look at the stats, like the stats aren't lying there. So, it makes it really fun. It allows us to be battle tested all year long, which prepares us for later in the season. So, it's taken like huge leaps and bounds since I got here. Awesome. Right.